Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are keeping fine. So, in the last class, we have seen about the nervous system, and today we will continue the same. So, we'll see about the two major division of the nervous system. Two major division of the nervous system. First is first is peripheral nervous system and second is central nervous system, or we can say central nervous system first and peripheral nervous system second. So central nervous system includes brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system includes the nerve which enter from and comes out from the brain and spinal cord. It enter and comes out from brain and spinal cord. So little information about the brain. That brain weighs about 1.35 kg and it is consist of 80% of water, and it consumes 25% of oxygen total taken in the body, and it is having the three parts covering of the brain, having the three parts, that is dura mater, arachnoid and pia mater. So sometimes you are asked to write the name the covering of the brain. Name the covering of the brain, and that is meninges. Meninges in one term, and that meninges is divided into three parts: outer dura mater, middle arachnoid and inner pia mater, which is richly supplied with blood vessel pia mater. Inner middle layer delicate, mm, and the outer dura mater which is tough and fibrous. So first we will see about the parts of the brain. Parts of the brain. There are three parts of the brain. First is larger cerebrum. Second, cerebellum. And third is medulla oblongata. So first we will see about the cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain, and it is concerned with so many things. Like here you can see if we start thinking, speech, smell, taste, hearing, vision, and so on like that. And its overall function is to remember, to reason out, to think, to plan. All this is the function of cerebrum. And if we see the inner part of the cerebrum, means in the sectional view, when we see the inner part, here we can see in the sectional view that its outer parts, that is the cortex region and inner medulla. So outer part is highly convoluted, folding is there, that is known as convoluted, and here the folded part is known as gyri and groove is known as celsi. So the number of folded part or convolutions are higher, so it can accommodate the more brain cells, nerve, neuron. Higher number of brain cells shows greater number of intelligence. This is the belief. Higher number of brain cells, greater intelligence. This is the belief. They say that when there are more convolutions, folded parts are there, it increases the surface area to accommodate the more number of brain cells, that is the neuron or nerve. So before also I have said that nerve cells are formed in the growing period, in the embryonic period in the mother's womb, when the child is in mother's womb. So that many cells only remain in the brain, it never increases. The reason I have said about that, the reason was neuron is lost the it is having all types of cell organelles in the neuron, but only the centrosome is absent. So it has lost the capacity to divide, and so that whatever number is formed in the growing stage, in the embryonic stage, so that many number of cell only remain in the brain. So now we'll see about the region of the brain. So outer cortex and inner medulla. Outer cortex, inner medulla. And in the cerebrum, the cortex region is having the cell body. Cell body, that is perikaryon or cytone. That part is in the outer cortex. So sometimes you are asked to write the location of the cell body. So you have to write cortex region of the cerebrum. You cannot write only cortex region of the brain. Means there are three parts of the brain: cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. So you have to mention there the cell body is located, or cytone or perikaryon is located on the in the cortex region of the cerebrum. Cortex region of the cerebrum, and the axon part is remaining found in the medulla region. So cortex, it shows the gray in color, that is gray matter. That's why cortex region is known as gray matter, gray in color. And the axon is white, so that is known as white matter, that is found in the medulla region. So this is the cerebrum, you can see here. And so one question they can ask here, that I already said, location or arrangement of the cell body in the cortex region of cerebrum. So outer in the cortex region, cell body is found, that is perikaryon or cytone, and axon in the medulla region, and that is whitish in color. And cell body where it is found in cortex region, it is gray in color, grayish. So next we will see about the cerebellum. Cerebellum is just located below the large cerebrum, just located at the base of large cerebrum, and it's also known as little brain, and its function is to balance the body. Its function is to balance the body. It balance the body and coordinate muscular activity. Balancing the body and coordinate muscular activity. So first question they can ask, write the function of cerebrum. So that you must know, balances the body and coordinate muscular activity. And here arrangement of the cell body is same as cerebrum. Outer in cortex region of cerebellum found the cell body, that is perikaryon or cytone, and inner in the medulla region it is found the axon. Same arrangement in cerebrum and cerebellum. So you are asked here to write about the function of cerebellum. Cerebellum already I explained, and it shows means the function which is arising, impulse which arise, whatever activities it has to do, that impulse arise from the cerebrum, and proper timing and coordination of muscular activity is done by cerebellum. So that also must be remembered, that impulse is arising from cerebrum, but proper coordinating and timing is done by cerebellum. And here already I explained to you. Sometimes one more question they ask about function. I said one question, And next question they can ask that अल्कोहलिक पर्सन वर्क्स क्लम्सली, गिरते पड़ते जो चलता है, अल्कोहलिक पर्सन वर्क्स clumsily, give reason. So what can be your reason? The reason is when the person drink, alcoholic person drink, that alcohol affect the cerebellum. And I said the function is what of cerebellum? Which coordinate muscular activity and balances the body. So effect of the alcohol which is not allowing to proper coordination and proper coordination of the body and balancing the body. That's why they work clumsily. So in proper way you give the answer that effect of alcohol do not allow the balancing of body and proper coordination of muscular activity. That's why the person works clumsily. And the next we will see about the third part, that is medulla oblongata. Here you can see the medulla oblongata. This part is known as medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, which controls the internal activities, that is breathing or heartbeat or peristalsis movement in the alimentary canal. All these are controlled by the medulla oblongata. So you are asked sometime to write the function of medulla oblongata. So it controls the movement of internal activities. So this much only answer is not completed. You have to give here example. What are the activities which are controlled by medulla oblongata? It controls the activities of internal organ, that is heartbeat, breathing, peristaltic movement in the alimentary canal, etc. So please remember that when you write this, you must give the example, then your answer is completed. Otherwise, no marks will be given. So that is the function of the medulla oblongata. The person who hangs himself or they are hanged by legally or someone, their medulla oblongata is injured and that causes the death. That happens. That's why so soon death occur. The medulla which control the breathing movement. Medulla oblongata controls the breathing movement, heartbeat, peristaltic movement. These are all internal activities, internal organs movement or activities which is controlled by medulla oblongata. So dear student, as I have mentioned to you, so many questions also in between I said, in that you have the quick revision. Like in the beginning I said, name the covering of the brain. Name the covering of the brain. Your answer is meninges. One word answer. And then function of the cerebrum. It helps us to remember, think, reason out, plan, etc. Whole, as a whole function. Location of the cell body or cytone or perikaryon. It is located in the cortex region of the cerebrum. Located in the cortex region of cerebrum. And the axon is located in the medulla region of the cerebrum. So that, and next question, another question what I said about the body function of the cerebellum. It controls the activity of the muscular activity and it balances the body and coordinate muscular activity. Cerebellum function. And they ask here one question that give reason. An alcoholic person work clumsily, give reason. I said already, the alcohol affect the cerebellum, and that's why the person is unable to coordinate muscular activity and balances the body, and they work clumsily. And next I said about the medulla oblongata function. They ask the function of medulla oblongata too. So it controls the movement of the internal organ. Medulla oblongata controls the movement of the internal organ. Example, heartbeat, breathing, and peristaltic movement. Any one example you can give. So, unless you give the example, your answer is not completed. So, you please write medulla oblongata controls the movement of internal organ like heartbeat, breathing, etc. And next, what I said about, and one more thing, here you can see the pituitary gland which hangs from the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus. Sometimes they ask the question, location of the pituitary gland. Here you can see the pituitary gland hangs from the hypothalamus. Here hangs from the hypothalamus. And one more thing it was left, that was corpus callosum. Corpus callosum. You can see here a hard body. Corpus callosum. So corpus callosum connects the two hemisphere. So two hemisphere brain, two cerebral hemisphere, and the function of this callosum is corpus callosum is uh, transfer the information from one cerebral hemisphere to another. You cannot write from one hemisphere to another hemisphere. Never we write that, because you have to mention the part of the brain. This transfer, corpus callosum is transferring the information from one cerebral hemisphere to another. You have to mention that cerebral hemisphere, that. And so that's all. So dear students, these many questions may arise here in the board exam. You should be very sure to give the answer, and also practice the diagram. Thank you.